Oh man, we got a whole lot going on. We got a whole lot going on. Let me tell y'all what we gonna talk about off top. So, if those who want to stay, stay. If those who don't. Anything. Um, but let me get this cracking for y'all so y'all can see what we got planned here. Okay, and let me get my little notes. I'm about to take this little thing off. I don't like them watching me and shit. What up, Care Bears? Drop a unicorn. What it do? What it do? Hit the like. Fucks with your girl. Okay, so we got a few things, and as you can see in the live chat, we're gonna talk about a few things that's going on. It's been a lot going on since I took my little break. Your girl had to get herself together, honey. I had to. I mean, there was no way around it, you know. Um, so anyway, I hope that's Robo Bear in the house. What's up? What's good? Hopefully we can get through this real quick so I can get to my garden. It's that time. So I hope y'all got y'all seeds, getting your shit cracking. So yeah, so the first thing I got on the list, we're gonna talk about the shooting in Atlanta. Apparently, I know I'm late. Okay, I'm always late because I don't really care. You know, not like I don't care, but I have to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? On the task that's in front of me. There's a lot of distractions out here, and I think this is one of them because they like to take narratives and flip them. So allow me to tell you why. So let's run this clip right quick. I got them all ready to go, just so in case you don't know. And I'm gonna run a little bit of it, and we're gonna talk about it because the thing is, when I heard a lot about this xenophobia and things like that, what my mind started putting things together, like, okay, not like racism against Asians is not a thing. Okay, I'm one of those that's going to keep it a buck. Like, we could talk about the internment camps in 1942. Okay, we could bring up a whole bunch of propaganda back in the 40s. Okay, where they was calling them chinks and Japs and all kind of ill shit. Okay, we could talk about a lot of shit that went on. Okay, but currently, I think when I'm hearing all of this all of a sudden, like, this isn't, from what I see, in my many years of life, this is not a normal thing. Okay, and I, nobody's plight. Well, our plight, Black folks' plight, I believe, is bigger than everybody else's. I mean, it is what it is, but you know, but we're going to acknowledge the truth and for what it is, okay? But this new thing, I think there's something bigger at play, and I'm just like trying my best to verbalize how I'm connecting the dots, okay? So let me show you this clip here, and then we'll move forward, okay? I'm going to try to find the short one because everybody pretty much knows. This is from The Guardian. Okay, this
I want to start with a horrific shooting rampage in Georgia that has left 8 people dead. CBS News has learned that President Biden has been briefed on the attack. Here's what we know so far. 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long was taken into custody. They say video evidence led them to believe he was behind the shootings at 3 different spas in the Atlanta metro area last night. Six of the eight dead. Sorry, Emery. Sorry, 6 of the 8 dead are said to be Asian women. But investigators have not said whether or not the attacks are racially motivated. CBS News national correspondent Mark Schwassman is in Atlanta with more on this.
The shooting spree began around 5 p.m. Monday at Young's Asian Massage Parlor in Cherokee County, 30 miles north of Atlanta. 2 victims died at the scene, 2 more at the hospital. Less than an hour later, police were called to Gold Spa, an Atlanta massage parlor, where police say 3 women who appeared to be Asian have been shot and killed.
While at that location, we received another call across the street at shots fired.
That location was aromatherapy spa, where another victim, who also appeared to be an Asian woman, died.
Which was unfortunate. It's not really making any sense how this happens at the massage spa.
The common thread connected shootings prompted an Atlanta police officer to radio in this warning.
We need to make sure we have any Asian spas ready to be checked on.
A manhunt began for the suspect, seen in surveillance footage driving a black Hyundai earlier in the day.
Georgia State Patrol troopers performed a pit maneuver, which caused the vehicle to spin out of control.
Officers then captured 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long, 150 miles south of Atlanta. Now, relatives of the shooting victims are left grappling over why this happened.
I was just thinking how we never know when we're at the wrong place at the wrong time, because this was so all of a sudden, and it was just like a lot of things racing through my head.
So Mark Strassman is joining us now from Atlanta. Mark, truly.
So that's what happened there. So they got him, they locked him up. Okay. And when I look through these clips, hey Cashel, hey everybody, what's good? When I go through these clips here, like the titles, it's just real propaganda-ish to me. Okay. So first, rest in peace to the families. I'm sorry, for your loss. My condolences, regardless if it's something else at play or not. I mean, that's some bullshit that they had to die behind this motherfucking weirdo and whoever might be behind him agenda. Okay. I think it's something bigger. Like, I just can't help but think that way. It is what it is. So I watch Lovely T's breakdown because she's a super reliable Black news source. And I have no shame in shouting her out on my own YouTube channel. But something that was brought to my attention was the fact that this is a massage parlor, right? So anybody who's familiar with that industry, or maybe the sex industry world, like I am, has the understanding that there's happy endings at the end of the massages, okay? And I'm so glad she pointed that out, because he's saying that the attack wasn't racially motivated. Okay, he was saying it was an attack on the women for them being women in general. Okay, and so me listening to that, because they're all like snooty boo, and I'm trail talk. So they basically, because they were hoes. It wasn't because they were women, because he was married, he had a kid. I don't know if I'm getting him confused with the Colorado shooting, but I think he was married and has an 8-month-old baby, right? Yeah, it was him that has the 8-month-old baby. And he's like typical white dude who would be a trick. And I think he went on a rampage on some ill trick ass shit. And I think that's what he means by, it's not racially motivated. It is because these hoes got me fucked up today. On some straight like SVU, Law and Order action. Like, that's how I see it. Okay. And then not only that, everybody's talking about it, like Jeannie Mai and all these Asian celebrities are having this ill debate. Now, one side of me makes me feel some kind of way. Here we are, Black folks is making some kind of headway somewhere where we got the attention on what the fuck is going on in our community. Now I feel like this xenophobic type shit is kind of like raining on our parade. Like, they always want to jump on the back of Black folk shit, is what I noticed. The gays, and all the minority communities, right? So I just feel like, that in itself, like, because it's starting to have this snowball effect. I would see these posts on Instagram about, the shit that Asians go through and this and that. And I'm saying, if it was 1942 or something, what I'm saying, I felt like I would be kind of more or less believing that. But what I see is this has something to do with this president. what I see is this is going to get something implemented. Something's going to be implemented. This is a segue to something to be implemented. And that's what I was thinking, right? I go on the news and I'm looking into it a little bit because I really can't get engulfed in that kind of shit. I got to stay back and look at the whole thing, right? So I'm looking, and now it's talks about assault rifle regulations. Now, we know the shit is bigger, right? They use racism as a way to divide and conquer, right? They use these, especially for the Black community, they use very real situations like George Floyd. They use real situations like Tamir and Sandra and Emmett Till and everybody, right? I don't know why I say Emmett Till, but you know what I'm saying. All those shootings, and in this regard, I can't help but think of that girl. I think her name was Tasha, who got killed over that orange juice. But I'm rambling a little. But I'm saying, like, they take very real situations and they manipulate that into their what they manipulate it to what their end goal is. You know what I'm saying? Like for like 9/11, for example, like that was a whole scheme. And now they've implemented all this surveillance. So we're now comfortable being surveilled everywhere we go, cameras everywhere. Before that, we didn't know nothing about it. We went with that life, but they were able to weasel that type of shit in. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be shit like this, like those race wars. You know what I'm saying? They're really trying to make that happen. And not that Black folks have been getting killed by the police since our grandmama days. And they grandmama, and they grandmama, and they grandmama. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden you motherfuckers give a fuck, right? You give a fuck. Why though? You know what I'm saying? Like why, like they're using, oh my God, these ill ass fucking tactics. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help but, as sad as the situation may be, and they may just have been hustling the Asian chicks trying to get their money and whatnot, but we can't forget that the type of motherfuckers that I'm talking about don't give a fuck. They'll murk anybody. You know what I'm saying? To get to what the fuck they trying to do. You know? Let's see what you say. Also, Joe Biden administration wants to control guns and take away salt. That's exactly what I just said. And he was talking about that in the campaign and shit like that. And so, what better way to drive it home, right? Then somewhere country than a motherfucker like Georgia, somewhere hella cowboyish like Colorado, somewhere hella mountain menish where these white boys is, because it just like the one shooting in 95, the Oklahoma bomber and all that. What better way to use something hella drastic to be like, see, that's why y'all don't need them. That's why y'all don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're using these very real things. You know what I'm saying? As a way, and we can't sit up here and pretend like, just a loose example to give you an idea what I mean. We all seen Scandal. We all seen, like all these movies with these FBI and CIA agents. If you look into that, CIA agents and FBI agents used to help the directors of the movies so they could have a realistic idea of how they really get down. That's something definitely worth looking into, like crises actors and shit like that. Now, this Colorado shit, which is the perfect segue. So, but I'm gonna go back to the Asian chick that moved into Colorado. But some people in the Asian community is like, yo, don't be blaming Black folks for this and that. Like, don't be turning to Black folks, asking them what the fuck can they do. Like, this just 3 short months ago, we was still marching in the street. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ask us, how do we busy. We minding our own Black business. We got too much to do. Like, I'm sorry, we're busy. Maybe sometime next year, maybe we can make plans to get together. But I mean, right now we're kind of busy, with like reparations and maybe police don't kill us in the streets and learning how to protect Black women and understanding how to cater to black men and not be so thuggish, bone with our men and, you know, our babies and black generational wealth. I mean, we're kind of occupied with a lot of things. Okay, we got colorism, classism that we gotta address right now. You know, like we're busy. I'm sorry, Asians, we got a lot to do. So I can't be worried about all that. Like, I'm sorry, I'll see you on Saturday, you know, when I come through, get my nails done and whatnot, and I feel bad. But like, we're trying to buy out y'all nail salons. We're trying to buy out your beauty supplies right now. Like we're busy, we're plan, plotting, and strategizing right now. So, and I feel like for them to dump this on us in the midst of what the fuck we got going on, I think it's unfair. Now, pulling the lens back, I'll go to pulling the lens back in a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. Pulling the lens back, because we got to look into what we got to work on. Because let me tell you why. This is what I'm saying. Like Asians, Arabs, Indians, dot and feather, Mexicans, all that, they on deck. They got their own communities in the land where our ancestors bled. You know what I'm saying? They could pull up and get a business like boom chakalaka, like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just now getting into that again being a thing for us. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get on that level right now. We're having conversations with our family. You know what I'm saying? We had so many agendas fucking us up for dumb generations. You know, and I can acknowledge the internment camps. I can acknowledge all of that. How they bombed the fuck out of Hirosaki and Hiroshima, and I'm probably saying that all wrong. You know, the war in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? But even the activists in Vietnam was telling the black soldiers, and my family members was in Vietnam. They came back fucked up. But even the Asian activists was like, you guys are killing innocent people for the leaders of your country who don't even give a fuck about you. They killing you in the motherfucking streets and you over here under their orders killing us. You know, and like this one girl on Instagram, I'm gonna play her video, but she had a good ass point. And I'm gonna need more Asians and the Spanish folks to understand it, you know. So maybe that's why they all like, yeah, we need to band together. But I think we really need to continue to focus on ourselves and then take a look back at the culprit, okay? And we need to all get at them, like on our own with them, like on our own with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we got time, black folks, for no fucking collaborations and shit right now. We're busy. We got a lot to do. Okay, that's how I felt. But at the same time, we need to have the understanding that they use our very real issues to divide us because they know it's more real people, rather, no matter what color you are, right? They use that issue against us. Okay, but at the same time, like, don't be lumping us up in shit. We got stuff going on. Let me find the what you call it. Okay, so here's the one. They started pulling up the receipts about Latasha Harlins, where she got killed in, I believe it was in Cali, but she was only 15 years old, and they killed the Korean um store owner, shot her because she thought she was stealing the orange juice. I was a little kid when that happened. Let's see, this is when Tupac was talking about it. See, and that's why I be like, these motherfuckers gotta listen to some more Tupac because they fucking up. I don't know what these weirdos be listening to. They probably listening to that drill music, but I don't know. They need to listen to some shit and have a little basis, a foundation in life. You look lost. You look like you need a little guidance out this hub. At least we could turn the pocket and be on deck. Like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck all the way, you know. But here's what this girl has said.
Black community is in our favor. No, fucking is not. And y'all always want to bring up black people attacking Asians during the post-COVID era.
Just happened a few times, but guess what, bitch? There are gonna be bad people in every race. Remember, anti-Asianness is always rooted in white supremacy, but a person of any race can be influenced by white supremacy. So those black people that attacked us were subscribing to the white supremacist narrative that Asians caused COVID. And if you blame black people as a whole for the anti-Asian hate crime, you're subscribing to the white supremacist narrative that black people are inherently aggressive. And y'all Asians who are like, why are black people standing with us? Bitch, be grateful because they've always stood with us. Frederick Douglass in 1882 made the time to openly denounce the Chinese Exclusion Act while the black community was going through so much, such as rampant lynchings against them. They worked hand in hand with us to free the Japanese people in the internment camps in 1942, and we directly benefited from black-led civil rights movements every single time. So stop blaming and demanding things from them, and unlearn your anti-blackness first.
Boom. And because they always associate with white. The Spanish folks do it, rather you Puerto Rican, Mexican, El Salvadorian, whatever part of the part you come from, they always do that, especially when they come to America, because they shit on their dark relatives. Because let me tell you real quick, a little story how I know for sure. I was born and raised in California. My godmother was Mexican. We stayed with them most of our young life, like 3, 4, 5 years old when my brother was born. You know what I'm saying? Like they was like a part of our lives. We were there every fucking day. Like I used to have to watch Telemundo and Univision and listen to Spanish music all day. That's why I love that shit to this day. It's kind of been ingrained in me. You know what I'm saying? Going to all these Mexican parties. That's why I like Tio Choco and all that ill shit. So he's hilarious. But anywho, that's why I fucks with the radical Latino. You know what I'm saying? Because my godfather and godmother were Mexican and they was my color. You know what I'm saying? But her son was like it's weird. They don't fuck with the white folks, but they don't fuck with the dark side of their heritage. They kind of neglect it. Not really the old school ones, but kind of the ones that's like my parents' age. If they like 50, 60 years old and like in between that age group, 30 and 60, they tend to not fuck with people they people that's our color. You know what I'm saying? And the Asians do that same shit too. That's why they be having all that skin bleaching and shit. They got a lot of the same problems that we got. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck you gonna lump that shit in our fucking laps? That's stupid. Okay, this is part of an agenda. It's just too coincidental to me. As crazy as it sounds, I just don't know. It bothered me that all these Asians stood behind Peter Lane after he killed a Kai Gurley and now asking for solidarity. Damn, I didn't even hear about that. But you know what I did think about when that Asian dude was standing right next to George Floyd while he was leaning on his neck? I remember that though. That's what I do remember that. I do remember them being mad compliant. I do remember cussing out dumb fucking nail shops. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on because I'm starting to ramble on. But I'm just saying I know more is going to come from this. And the articles about the massage parlors and sex trafficking and shit that's going on in the massage parlors. Because let me tell you for sure, them is some hoes. It wasn't no gender situation. Them was some hoes. And I'm sorry, if you want some ill like breakdown and shit like that, go to Lovely T, the African diaspora, shit like that. I'm gonna come from my point of view. Then was some hoes that they had that. I don't even think he was like all races like that. I think he might even be like a psyop and he doesn't even fucking know. I feel like it was, I don't know, it's something else, and I don't think it's just how they present it because they got a pattern of doing this type of shit. And I'm just, you're not gonna get me. I don't give a fuck because now these situations are affecting, the laws in our country. Now, let me jump on the assault rifle situation. Do I think, it's necessary to do that? Not really. I feel like you could do what you want. I just feel like for the most part, I don't think it's like that. I don't know. I feel like you need to be strapped up, and that's it. And if a motherfucker want a big ass gun, to let him have it. And that's just how I feel. I mean, I don't know. It might be fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just know I protect myself, so I don't know. But it's affecting laws that could snowball into another motherfucking problem, is what I'm saying. Like it could. I'm pro firearms myself too. Machetes, knives, mace, tasers, all that. I'm for that because not just them, but there are weirdos, and I just don't feel these stories are how they're presenting them. Because we learned with the George Floyd shit, who was behind that. You gotta follow the money, you gotta follow the groups who are participating, and then boom, come to find out it was something associated with George Soros. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we gotta pull the lens back. We look into these things because it's very real and we gotta protect ourselves, but then we gotta keep in mind that we are under some type of evil ass leadership. You know what I'm saying? Leadership, that's causing all this chaos and mayhem. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be kind of slow to come to certain things, because I don't think about it the way a lot of other people do. You know what I'm saying? So now with the Boulder, Colorado shooting. So yesterday on Monday. Now that one, I think it might be the same thing, but I don't know. You know, that one, I seen some of the videos and stuff. I'm not going to play the video on here because I'm already, dealing with shadow banning and can't promote and all that. That's why it's important you hit the like and ensure that you're subscribed, because I tend to lose followers all out the clear blue sky. So I get hell of them, and I can tell that it's a robot thing, because depending on the video, I get all these likes, boom, I get all these views, and my subscription should be going up like it used to at the same time, but it's not reflecting that way. Anyway, so make sure you hit the like, make sure you subscribe. So Boulder, Colorado. So let's play that news clip and talk about that so we can get on the same page. I don't know. It's a whole lot going on. And that's why I feel like you need to be strapped. Especially if you're like just a regular good person, you extra got to be careful. I don't know. I'm just hella regular. Shout out to Cardi B before she was this person that she is now. Girl, I saw her on the Instagram and I didn't even know it was her. I was like, who the fuck is that? She looked like Cardi B. Girl, it was Cardi B. But she got so much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? She done squeezed her face up with that shit. She shouldn't have did that. She don't know what's gonna happen to her when she's old. But you can't trust that shit all like that. I got the news clip. I was on the wrong account. Okay, here we go.
Police tell CBS News they are responding to reports of an active shooter at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado. Aerial footage shows SWAT teams surrounding the King Soopers grocery store south of downtown Boulder. It is unclear how many people have been hurt.
Girl, it ain't just you.
Witnesses could hear police telling the suspect or suspects over a bullhorn, quote, "Surrender now." Here's Mola Lengi with the latest.
911 here now. It was shortly before 3 p.m. when the first active shooter alert went out at the King Super supermarket.
Oh, I didn't want to show that.
As well as first responders. He went in the store. Right down there. Oh my God. Video from inside the grocery store appears to show victims on
I didn't want to show that.
I
saw that.
Away in handcuffs and put in an ambulance. A second older man, also bleeding, was also escorted away. Police could be seen on the rooftop with a saw. There was glass blown out in front of the supermarket. About an hour after the first calls, people could be seen exiting the store. Medevac helicopters landed on scene, and at least one ambulance was spotted racing away. It's unclear how many other victims were injured.
I want a salad.
For more, I want to bring in Connor McHugh from our Denver station.
Okay, I'm not going to show that, but you got the what's going on, because in this particular interview, it's lagging so long. Like she asked some question and he got to wait like 10 seconds. She got to wait like 10 seconds for him to respond. But girl, wasn't just you. Cardi looks different. Not like I don't know. I think that I'm gonna get to the point, but I think they're using her and she doesn't understand that. But my hope is that she gets there because at least she didn't Nicki Minaj's. But I'm grouchy about the imagery that she allows herself to be a part of. That's what I'm disappointed in, not the actual music. Because if I didn't see those videos and I bought the album and it was like number 7 on the album, I would be taking my ass in a full circle to that motherfucking chick. That's fucking real talk. But I don't want my nieces seeing bitches making out with their titties out. I would like for them to be grown, to before they get into that kind of shit. Even if you're a girl and you like boobs, I would like for you to be a grown woman. I would like for my nieces or nephews to find out if they feel that way naturally. I don't want it. They're already impressionable, so I don't want them to be improperly influenced. Um, so he's coming through, people's in the grocery store, and they come through, they start shooting outside, and then they make their way into the grocery store and start shooting people in the grocery store. They haven't gave details like they did with the guy in Georgia, where they figured that it wasn't racially motivated. So we haven't gotten those details from these particular guys or this guy or however many guys. I haven't gotten that information yet. So I know it's gonna come soon. And if I want to, I'll give an update. But I can't help but feel like it's something because now all of a sudden Biden is talking about this assault rifle situation. I don't know. I just feel like my I just can't take their word straight on for what the fuck they're trying to present it like. Because they've done too much shit. They made this fucking black race porn of us getting murdered in the streets, and I felt like it was this. They were making us desensitize the imagery, you remember during that time, it was like back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like where we were kind of like almost numb. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, this shit it is making more waves. Like I feel like the leaders in this shit are making more moves for the Asians than what they did for the black folks. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is too how Biden is really gung ho. Well, no pun intended, but like gung ho over China and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're gonna look at that, because I really don't care about that for real in my real life. But like you remember that video I showed you of Dr. Yi Lee where he was laughing about how China's going to take over America and how he roasted us and said we was weak as fuck and we some mark ass motherfuckers, and all those videos of how China is like they like everything that China's doing, like we're slowly but for surely doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that what is that shit called? Contact tracing. Like, look at those videos of the people in China. Like, they got fucking social credit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no wallet living, where you could hella just follow the fuck out of them if you've been like they got people hiring people to snitch on people, like this one video I saw, this lady, she was a snitch, a paid snitch, basically. And like one guy helped somebody across the street, and then there was this farmer guy who was cussing and shit because it was like the weather or whatever. So that's like me being in my backyard messing with my garden. I stub my toe and I'm like, motherfucker. And so I lose points for that. And they're saying it's to help civilization be better. You know what I'm saying? Like they're on some ill shit. They got them 5G towers on high alert. Oh, I hope I didn't mess my stream up. But they got over 200 and something million cameras. Like that's ill. The social credit is enough for me. And I just feel like we're moving in that direction. Things like Cash App and those the apps and everything like that. Snapchat, there was like a article, there's videos about that, how they use that information to track who you are. So AI could recognize you. You know what I'm saying? And get a better understanding on how humans act so they could be that way too. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like some whole real talk ass matrix shit. Like for real. And then like I don't know. People think I sound crazy, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? The shit is it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I was thinking about that shit too. Like now we're moving away from Boulder, Colorado because we here my Care Bears, what we talk about what's on the surface. We talk about what they're advertising, but we come to the back of the room and take a peek behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz and find out they ain't nothing but some bitch made ass weirdos. Like we're that group, okay? Like that one dude's channel, um, a call for an uprising. Like we on that hype, okay? But he's more nicer than I am. We look at what's going on and we take a step back to look at the bigger picture. And that's what really affects you. Not the fact that you should be spooked necessarily when you're going to the spa, but check one too. Most people, regular people, is not about to be going to no spas like that. You know who goes to spas like that? Tricks do. Tricks go to that kind of spot. Let me tell you how I know. Thank you. Shout out to Lovely T for jogging up my shit in my memory because she was like, um, people were looking at the reviews to these spas. And check this out. Check this out. Okay, here's the spa this is the one so you can see Gold Massage Spa in Atlanta, Georgia. They got a 3.4. It's 67 reviews. Okay. This is the one of the spas that got shot up. Okay. It says, I called up to this place last week and was told to come in whenever. So I went up to today to my own private massage, and the lady tells me I can't get any services. Okay, no, that's not the one. Was very expensive. She took me in the back and told me $400. Let's see. Let me find something shorter. Hold on. A little expensive, but it was great. Good looking girls and a very nice chat. I thought they only had Korean women that worked here. I was wrong. I got a petite black girl who, after giving me this the one Lovely T read, a very light massage on my back and legs, asked me to turn over. I did. She then proceeded to try to get me hard. She failed at that. It felt like she was trying to milk a cow with how rough she was with me. I would recommend that if you go here, ask for a Korean girl from the lady who meets you at the front door. He gave him 2 stars. 2 stars, okay? I'm pulling it straight from the shits. If you're wondering, yes, it is. Price runs usually from $300 to $500. You're welcome. Good atmosphere with good Korean girls giving a proper massage. Good service, but pricey. This place was a horrible prostitution. Expensive, no good. It was a very happy ending. Okay, this is Ron. And he's got mad reviews. I'm mad. Bad service, very bad. Hated it. So bad service, bad attitude, worst feeling. What kind of feeling? Not what I was looking for at the end. Robbed me for my money. This place is beyond overpriced. Hold on, let's see. So that lets you know them was some hoes. And I'm sorry, rest in peace, But, if we're going to give a fuck about some hoes for real, then go ahead and pass the laws that if you decide to be a hoe and you get into some trouble and you call the police, that the police will actually help you. Okay? If you really care about some hoes. That's all I'm saying. Why you talking about people's guns and shit? That's all I'm trying to say. So yeah, these are some hoes. So when we pull the curtain back, we see what time it is, okay? Thank you. These are the same ones. I just, when I move them certain kind of ways, the colors, because the way they put the colors in, but they got me together, girl. Okay, so now that we lightening it up a little bit, okay, because we broke it down. We chopped it up about the Georgia spa shooting, Boulder, Colorado. Rest in peace to the people who had to suffer at the hands of some weirdos. Um, and let's get into Derrick Jxn's funky ass. I'm only gonna play a teach because I can't take it. I can't listen to that. If I wanted to listen to a nigga bullshit and then I would call my ex and save myself some time. And at least I could reminisce about some real shit, right? So here it is. And I'm not going to front Derrick Jxn. I'm sure plenty of women have got some good advice for this fool and whatever. Okay. Like he's a love thing. But I think that this is what we call humility. I could not watch the whole video. I could barely pay attention to anything that they had to say because you know why? I don't give a fuck. I just don't. I mean, because in my mind, niggas is gonna cheat. I just don't see it no other way. And that's just in my head. Okay, my level of if a nigga give a fuck about you, a man, right, no matter what color he is, right, is if he's bringing that shit to your door. Okay, that's where the respect lies for me because especially the kind of niggas that I tend to like, the kind of men, even when they're squares. I done dated a scientist, I done dated a writer, I done dated a fucking director, a pimp, a fucking drug dealer, gangster, I done dated all types, okay? All walks, okay? And they're all fuckheads. That's it. Some fuckheads are nicer than others. Some fuckheads are not going to be shit. Some fuckheads are going to be more clean cut. But at the end, they're all fuckheads. And they're going to all dibble and dabble. You want to know why? Because they have cocks. They have cocks, and men just want to feel a different coochie. That's it. That's all. I mean, I'm sorry if it sounds harsh or it's something you just don't want to hear. I just feel like the faster you accept that in life, then the faster you'll get to where the fuck you need to go. I think you can have monogamy to some extent. You know what I'm saying? But if you like certain and not like I know it's gonna be women like, oh, we ain't gotta accept that. There's a man out there that don't do that. There's whoopie scoop 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 and all that shit. There is, girl. You are so right. You are so right. Go ahead, girl. Yeah, right on and all that. But the niggas that I like, that's not the case. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell myself some fucking fairy tales, right? But I think where the issue lies, where people get into trouble, is the honesty of things. Okay, in this nigga's case, don't be hyping yourself up like you're just the ideal black man, and nut black men don't cheat and shit like that. I get what you're saying. And I get what you was trying to promote in the black community. Positive black love, self-help tips, la 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 la. But that's not conducive to what I think a regular person. I don't know. I don't know. Am I tripping? Do so bogus. I don't give a fuck about the Derrick Jackson situation either. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't either. I wasn't. First of all, he's not like fine, but he's attractive. He has the build that I usually go after. He's on deck. He handles his shit. Like he's like tall. He's so that's usually where my eyes go. Real black. I'm extra looking, right? Oh, mad bitches want him. You know what I'm saying? Dumb bitches. That's the guys I tend to like. But I usually go, as long as them hoes don't come to my door, you won't have no problem, sir. Outside of that, you can have whatever you like, just like that. Okay? But the minute you cross that fucking line is the minute I turn into a fucking monster on your ass. You won't even know who I am anymore. Like flat out, just like that. Period. The end. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think monogamy is not real and not like, oh, not like a chick or I want him to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to my other bitch's house. He's scoop, right? Unless I was in a polyamorous type relationship. But I think where niggas get it fucked up is, you got your wifey, your wife or your maid or your girl or whoever, right? And here, let's break it down into two little scenarios. We got them janky niggas, right? We got the janky niggas, right? Who um we got the janky niggas that would be like, oh yeah, girl, you know what it is. I got a couple friends, whatever. And y'all be kicking it hella tough, smashing, doing relationship type shit and all the shit. And now he know that you got fucking feelings for this nigga, right? And he go off, he's spending all his fucking time, with you. Right? He's spending all the time with you. And then all of a sudden this nigga switching up. You know what I'm saying? Like say it's like within a 3 month period or something like that, right? Y'all just started kicking it and shit like that, right? Y'all just started kicking it. Hold on. Hello. What's up? Okay, what's going on? Yes, I'm doing something right now. Yeah, I was trying to get it done the other day. So yeah, I'll have to do that, but I'm live right now, okay? Okay. All right, bye. Like if I was out there, you should have been on time. Like the fuck. So anyway, so like to take so say it's like a little 3 month something. Like we're not gonna do the long term shit. We're gonna do the short term shit. So the janky dude, you're gonna be like, oh, you know what it is, and whoopie scoop and act hella janky and hella fucked up and come at you like you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you going with all the shit this nigga was talking about. You know what I'm saying? But in his head, because he don't got the balls to fucking communicate what the fuck the situation is. So now here you all are hurt, heartbroken, and trying to pick up the pieces again. Okay, that's them janky niggas. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Derrick is a motherfucking one of them manipulating motherfuckers. Okay, he could say all the ill good shit. This motherfucker know better. You know what I'm saying? You got all these words and all this advice on how you need to conduct yourself and shit like that. Now, if you knew that you was the kind of nigga that needed multiple bitches, and you should have been honest with yourself, and you could have created that scenario for yourself. Like, and I think that's something else too. We don't have to abide by societal expectations. If you want to have two bitches and that's what you want, four fucking wives, and you want to live how you want to live, then make that shit fucking happen. If it's conducive to your happiness, then that's what you got to do. I mean, why sit up here and act like you this ill guru and you do all this ill shit? And for me, you're this ill nigga, you talking about love and all this and that. Meanwhile, you're mad typical. You don't post her, you don't talk about her, you don't say mention anything about your own relationship, except that you want us to be looking at you for advice. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then not only that, you a tricking ass nigga. That was it for me. You spending money on these bitches? That's the shit that would have made me slap you in your face. You spending money on these hoes? You mean to tell me you ain't got enough man to get a bitch to keep you right? What kind of that would have did it for me. That's what would have did it for me. You texting Kiki Kaka on it. Now like the you have an emotional attachment with it. So this wasn't just no fuck day, right? That would have had me. I wouldn't don't think I would have been able to be calm because let's see. I felt like he was overhyped. I think the wife knew it's just public now. Very manipulative. Yeah, that's what she said. This had been ongoing for a while. Um, and we're just now finding out about the shit. And I think I was like, oh, right on time for a book. This is some whole fuck boy publicity stunt, like straight up. Let's see. I want to address something else. What you said, he was overhyped. You know what's so sad? You know why he was overhyped? Because he's the ideal thing that most I feel black women want. Tall, dark, handsome, successful, popping that good shit, and love black women. You know what I'm saying? And love black women. Not a dibble and dabbler. He don't dibble and dabble. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a dabbler. He ain't gonna leave his wife for a white bitch. He ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that, okay? It's a certain thing in their eyes when the niggas be with the white bitches, and it's certain things they say that indicates they dabble a little bit with the white bitches and shit. And I don't fuck with them kind of guys. I don't. But yeah, this nigga, I think it's hilarious. I think it's some bullshit. I think monogamy is unrealistic. I think that um people need to be more honest with themselves and not like you want to promote it to your dude or not like you want to be a sucker or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you have to evaluate the kind of man that you're fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's some all emotional ties, you got to dead that. If this nigga got emotional ties with another bitch, you got to dead that. I just wish that niggas would be more honest and be like, yo, I want to have um I want to be like think about what like two girls or I want four or I want whatever and look for the women who is with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like that would create a better scenario, or keep it like the 50s. You got your wife and the other bitch around the corner. You know what I'm saying? And I just think as women, we got to. I think we got to I think we got to have that better understanding. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Is it a double standard? Yes, it is, because we're seen to be more virtuous. We're seen to have more value, okay, than men. In the old school way of thinking, we're meant to be protected. We're precious. We're all these things to be kept safe. You see what I'm saying? You know, and nothing against my all women independent. Nothing against that, but I'm not that. I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? I am to some extent. Like I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna be on deck. Like, but I feel like, duh, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think like you should get extra kudos for doing what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I know I come off harsh on women. Maybe it's because I was raised by a dude, but I feel like in some kind of way stepping into your femininity, kind of understanding the value of why it is that way. I do kind of go off on tangents, but Derrick Jxn, like, I don't. I think he got overhyped because you don't hear black men talking like that. You know, you just don't hear that. You don't hear it as often as you should. And if you do hear it, and he's extra pro black, it'd be so fucked up. He'd be married to a white girl. Sure do. Just like on what's that? I'm gonna get you sucker. And he went to that super pro black dude spot and he had the white woman with the braids and the white kids with the dashikis on and shit. That's what they be. That's what they be on. But no, he ain't. Derrick Jackson ain't like that. But I'm just saying he a chump. I don't even want to play the video. He getting on my nerves. And then they was roasting her because it was like, if you got your bonnet on and you ain't wearing no bra, that means you extra don't give a fuck, girl. Let me show a video. Let me show y'all just a tinge. I'm gonna show a tinge.
Derrick Jackson here, and today I am joined
First
by
two
my lovely
sentences.
wife, Naya. And we just wanted to address a couple of things. We understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely. I would say it just started around August.
Oh, he holding her hand tight.
But a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. I'm not involved. I want to be clear. I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent, and think that I can't be held accountable.
Yeah, word. But meanwhile, though, he flying bitches out. Okay. You flying bitches to the city. You spending money with these bitches. Like, boy, kaboom. Okay. I'm gonna need you to blow yourself up. Stop. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. I think it. I don't know. I'm bored with him. I'm done. I really don't care like that. You know what I'm saying? I just like mad typical. It's like mad typical. It's mad typical. Like, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what y'all think. I don't know. Are y'all just as bored as me and ready to move on to chapter 11? Because I think we done talked about everything I needed to talk about. Yeah, I'm done. Fuck him. Fuck is he talking about? Like, I thought I was gonna go in a little bit harder than that, but I think I just said how I felt already. I said how I felt. I think for evaluate the kind of man that you got and understand if you want to stick with him. She ain't going nowhere. So let's stop acting like, we don't already know. Okay? If Beyonce and Halle Berry could get cheated on, bitch, you ain't too special either. Okay? I'm just saying, like, if the good way out the bad, then stay strong in your shit. I'm not promoting sticking around, but if he's a weak ass nigga, then let him go. But like, if he's up to par, and it was just some like fucking shit, then I guess that might be something that I could kind of overlook depending on the scenario. But if you texting this bitch and you got a whole relationship, and it's not like one of those flukes, one night stands, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she sucked my dick at the club. Like there's different variations of what it could be. But for me, if it's like financial, emotional, then I'm gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I think most women would. So I think those situations weren't that serious. But we gonna have to wait and see because it just depends. Because what if that other chick comes through and says it was more than what he's trying to act like it is. It was more than that. We have real feelings, la 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 la. Or maybe they handled it already. Like, I don't know. But what if she comes back out? What if she comes out and drops an interview like, that nigga whoop whoop whoop, and I got pregnant and la la la. Like, what if it's some shit like that? What about that? Like, listen, I've been in that scenario my damn self, okay? I've been in all the scenarios that I talked about, from polyamory to the other woman to the main woman chasing the other woman, okay? All that, okay? But I'm just saying, we have to be honest with ourselves. And you got to do what you got to do to keep it on deck. I mean, I don't know. Good luck with all of that. I hope it's forever. Ugh, girl. Like, I don't know. Kalinga? What is Kalinga? The wife is probably spoiled financially, but hurt. Yeah, but that could get old. That could get old. Like, you could be with a nigga that got all the money. Like, trust me, I love everything. You got to be with a nigga that got all the money, and you driving the illest, and you like, I had to be whole poor and homeless, like, because I was just, my peace of mind was what was, I got into a place where that was more important. Depends on, yeah. So, um, I don't know what Kalinga is. I don't want to be petty, but I'm gonna need somebody to tell me what the hell that means. But I don't know. Like, I don't care about that. You know what I care about? Can I keep it a buck with you? Like, this zombie apocalypse is what I care. I care about prepping, okay? I care about getting to a place where I can live somewhere safely and get away from these weirdos. That's what I care about. Like, I saw that shit and kept on scrolling. How to city prep. Like, that's what I be into. Did you see that shit? I was watching another Lovely Tea video, girl, and they was talking about how the CDC was telling people how to prepare for the zombie apocalypse, and that's always been my worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm gonna do a video about that for sure. But I think that shit is very real. Like, that's what I care about. I don't give a fuck about a Derrick Jxn fucking other bitches. Duh, he fucking other bitches. And I know he laid a pipe too. I know he did. Look at how rough she looks. That bitch hella depressed. Like, they putting on a little front right now, but no, he getting cussed out and roasted all day, every day. Like, they might do it like, oh, they Christians, so they might like, they do it more classy based than how I would talk to my dude if he cheated on me. He would be fuckheads and this and that. And then after I cussed him out and got all out my chest, then we could figure out how to move. But I'm not going to be like in Matthew 24, verse 3, it says, I'm not going to be that. I'm going to roast your ass, break your windows, chase that bitch down, and let you know who's playing with. Um, so yeah, let's move forward to the coldest winter. The reason why we here. And the sun about to go down. Girl, I had to get me some readers. I had to get some readers. I'm that old. Nah, but for real. Let's get into the coldest winter ever. I had to just talk about that one time for your mind. Well, I ain't gonna put them on because it's gonna make the screen. But them letters be blurring together. Okay, we about to read the coldest winter ever by the legendary Sister Soldier. Okay, so we can move forward with life after death. Okay, Empowernomics. Uh, yeah, and tomorrow we're gonna get back to business as usual with the medical part time. So we're on chapter 11, and let's run it back to catch everybody up on what went down with Winter, okay? So Winter done got to this group home and started getting paid, okay? Let's talk about her come up right quick. Let's talk about how she done gamed up that Haitian girl and started getting paid. I'm gonna try to find that spot right quick. Okay, don't laugh, but I need these. That's probably why I was struggle reading on my other chapters. But going forward, I'm gonna be good to go. Now she was okay, but nothing could replace the whole idea of the story along with the thrill of being there. Okay, so she been making money, hella tough. She done got all the girls in the group home on deck with her. And she got relaxers, lotions, outfits, nail polish. She could get your nails together. She could get your hair together. Okay, she get you a whole new outfit. She got clothes, and she got the plug with Simone because she's a booster, and she's like 6, 7 months pregnant, right? Mind you, these are teenagers, by the way. Can I let you know they're 17? We're not talking about grown women. We're talking about 17-year-old girls. So Simone is boosting and she split some of the money with Simone, okay? And she got one of the girls in the group home that is a runner for her. And so they just been chinging ever since then because she wanted to sell rocks, but it didn't work out for her. They was trying to put her on the track. She went with it. So she was trying to get her money up so she could get one. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to my dad. And when she got there, her father didn't want to see her, okay? And that broke her heart basically. But she didn't in this book when thinking back, she didn't know how to express it. She didn't know how to express to those people because she's so used to having to be hard and on deck and balling it and shining and the whole nine that she didn't know how to express like, yo, I'm mad heartbroken at my father's locked, my mother shot, my sisters are gone, I'm fucking homeless. You know what I'm saying? She don't know how to verbalize that kind of pain. So she when she came back, she stayed in the bed for like 3 days straight. She didn't say she was crying, but that was full blown depression. She's a daddy's girl. She don't get to see her father. Like I'm a daddy's girl. Like I was so broken, girl. I didn't cry either. I was just broke, and I didn't realize the abuse that I went through with these men after he died was a direct link to that. You see what I'm saying? So I know that's like a harsher one, but that is real, right? Um, and so the psychiatrist forced her out of bed and made her have a session. But she started lying as usual because she doesn't know how to express her pain. Okay. And so, oh, and boom, I landed right on one. She said, pain's a part of life. That's my point. Pain is a part of life. When it's your time to go, you go. If it's not your time, you don't go. Until then, make the best of it. If you find God, then good in yourself. You can take. Oh. This is the girl. We got insight on the girl, so I'm gonna back it up, and then I'm gonna take you to chapter 11. Yes. I'm gonna skip through these pages right quick. So by noontime, the psychiatrist came in and insisted that I needed a session. Pent up aggression wouldn't solve anything. I had better eat some food or at least drink some water. So she wasn't eating, drinking, or nothing. By 1 o'clock, security came, poked me with a nightstick, and said I had to get dressed and go to the psychiatric office immediately. The rock faced lady with the big man arms made it clear that if I didn't move my ass, she would move me. I got up and went through the motions of preparing to go. Rachida was seated on her bed. She watched me with tears in her eyes, as because everybody was like, "Yo, where you at, Winter? I need this. I need that. I need help." Blah 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 blah. Right? And but she wasn't fucking with nobody. Um, okay, so they made her get a session. And Rashida was seated on the bed. She watched me with tears in her eyes. As the guard waited outside, Rashida came to me and said, all right, Winter, you don't have to say anything. I can understand it. But whatever happened to you, I've been there before. It's a real bad place to be, but I've been there. It almost makes you wonder if being dead isn't better. But let me just say this. Once I took a bottle of pills, because I wanted to die. I figured I'd die, no more pain, right? Wrong. She answering herself. I ended up on an operating table with doctors pumping my stomach. This is a 17-year-old girl telling Winter this, right? Um, she was like a lot of pain. When I got better, there was still pain. So I tried it again. I slashed my wrist with a knife. I figured surefire way to die, right? And when I died, no more pain, right? Wrong. When I woke up, I was in the hospital with tubes everywhere and stitches in my wrist. When the anesthesia wore off, the pain was there for weeks later. I still had cast painkillers and pain. Soon the pills wore off. There was more pain. When I got better, there was pain. Pain's a part of life. That's my point. Pain is a part of life. So I read that already. And here's Winter. I couldn't connect to what she was saying. The security yelled, "Come on, Santiago. The doctor is waiting." I got up. Rachida said, "Listen, tonight I'm going to see Sister Soldier speak. She's a real beautiful sister who has helped me understand myself a little more and get it together. If you want to come, I'll take you. My treat." Your treat? It costs money? What the hell you giving her money for? My face was vexed and Rashida was intimidated by my sudden change and instant anger. I could see if you were going to see a show, then at least you get what you pay for. You going to listen to somebody talk shit? Soldier gets paid. You get nothing, stupid ass. Rashida looked shocked at the dramatic change in my personality. I guess I'm a stupid ass for trying to help you. As she left the room, probably just to get away from me, I shouted, "Do me a favor." "Oh, now you need a favor?" "Ask Sister Soldier if she knows somebody named Midnight." Girl, Midnight don't give a fuck about you. So she went in there to the psychiatric office. Girl, she started lying about her relationship with Natalie. She made up a story about why she was so sad, basically saying she had a childhood friend and that every time her friend get hurt, she feel hurt. Every time she happy, she happy. So she just made up this whole big ass lie. So the psychiatrist is probably like, yeah, sociopath. Um, so Simone was on point as usual. Oh, so then she decided she was going to think of her family as dead. And this will make it easier for her because it was me against the world, which is the complete opposite of the truth. As Santiago would say, I mean, everybody knows time is money and money is time. Simone was on point. Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay, so she was supposed to hook her up with and connect with her one somebody she knew that could put her on with some drugs and shit, but the nigga didn't want to fuck with her because it's too hot. Like they asking high rollers, okay, to fuck with them. Like they're not about to come off and fuck with you over no 2 racks. Like girl, um, okay, let me work. I'm debating on whether to go to the show tomorrow. So they about to go. Now this part is good. What we about to get into. So they decided they was gonna get a limo, some ill outfits, and um ill outfits, and they go into a concert. So I'll read this paragraph here and then we'll get off into chapter 11. So we caught up, right? Okay, we all on the same page? Okay, good. So and if you're not on the same page, watch the last video and you can hear me read chapter 10. I made a playlist, as a matter of fact. So if you go over to YouTube and you click on my playlist, I made a playlist for the coldest winter ever, as well as for the medical apartheid for those who need to catch up. And I think it's good, especially if you're just now coming around, because there's things that we talk about in the chat that have a direct effect on what it is that we are reading and how it affects us today. So that's what it's about around these parts. Okay, so let me go on here real quick. Um, I always do the same thing. I don't never be ready. I don't never be ready. Okay. I can't believe I got to wear glasses. Okay. You were talking about the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Oh, the name of the dude was talking black but sleeping white. His name was Kalinga. I didn't know that. Okay, you right. Okay, look at you. You might as well be a Care Bear. You can bring facts to the table. Okay, so chapter 11. Oh, wait, before that. Later, I wandered into a pawn shop just to price what I could get for my diamond ring, for my diamond tennis bracelet, diamond tennis bracelet, necklace, and earrings in an emergency. I found out the shop owners were not only thieves but perverts who made it clear they weren't above fucking me in the back room of the shop. $400 was about what they offered for a bracelet that cost my father a few thousand. The only good thing was if I got desperate and needed the money, I could pick up $400 and buy the jewels back later. I saw a fat nail design in the Chinese lady shop, so I went in, got my hands redone. That's what my partner said. I gotta get my hands done. Okay. When I asked her the price, she could tell from the look in my eyes that she was about $50 over the normal design fee. But she was smart. I never seen the same nail design she was pushing anywhere. So I told myself, hey, excuse me, she's a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. Motherfuckers gotta respect that. I got a fly design and easily calculated a way to pass this personal expense on my loyal customers at the house. She is off the chain. Saturday evening, the House of Success was like a ghost town. Let's see what's going on here. The message was retracted. Why? That's weird. Okay, Relody. Oh shit. Y'all ain't see that. Look like an old lady. Why was the message retracted? That's weird. Okay, whatever. Saturday evening, the House of Success was like a ghost town. Besides the security staff, no one was there. I'm sorry, but this little lipstick is. So it's Saturday morning. Her house is a ghost town. That's a good song to power walk to, by the way. All right. Um. Okay, no one was there besides security and the staff and Rachita. She was lying on her bed reading her book, of course. What's up, girl? I asked Rachita, trying to get things between me and her back to normal by striking up a little conversation. A letter came for a letter came for you, she said dryly. It's on your bed. Winter. This letter is to the most beautiful daughter any man could ever have. Oh, um, I couldn't see you the other day. I was concentrated on things that needed to be done. But the real shit is, I needed a shave and a haircut. I didn't want you to think your pops was falling off. Smile. Listen, don't worry about me. You know I'm holding it down. I'm a fighter, and so are you. I raised you to be on top. I gotta admit, I wish the rest of the family was strong like the two of us. A lot of them been break down under pressure, slipping. I thought I could depend on certain family members to take care of some small but important things. Now I know I can't. Now there's a lesson for you, Winter. When you're making the dough, it's all love. The clique is tight and the family's about it. When your dough is low, you ain't shit. Niggas forget what you done for them, what they owe you. I need a small favor, Winter. If you can do it, good. If you can't, don't worry over it. Get in touch with Midnight. I need something taken care of that I can't trust anybody else to do. Tell him to drop me a line or pay me a visit. Papa Santiago. Two tears came rolling down without my permission. Oh, that is so sad. Is everything okay? Asked Cheetah. Is your mom all right? Everything's cool, I said quickly, clearing up the tears. Why do you always do that? Do what? Act like you're so cool, like you're in control of every little thing. Why can't you just admit when something isn't all right so somebody could help you? You're bugging. These are happy tears. I'm fine. But she gets it from her father. He's just like that. From the letter, he's just like that. But since we're on the topic of things people do that we hate, why do you always wear that damn ponytail? Oh my god! Like that girl on fucking one more chance. She kept wearing that orange wig and that stupid ass ponytail. Why do you try to live a little? Let your hair down. Depends on what you consider living, Winter. Oh, I guess you're not like everybody else, I said smartly. She said, I tried not to be. Oh, I know that's right. So I pushed it. Do you have a man, Rachida? Nope. Probably because of that damn ponytail, bitch. Listen, I think me and Winter's cousins. Winter says, probably because of that weak ass ponytail, bitch. That's why you ain't got no man. Um, Listen, Rashida said, like she lost her mind and was about to get loud. I'm not Claudette. I know who I am and all that. I'm not just looking for a man. I'm not ready yet. When I'm finished working on myself, then I'll bother with that. That's right, Rashida. Ignoring her explanations, I asked and stated at the same time. So you like girls, huh? It's cool. I don't judge nobody, bitch. Winter is, what do you call that? Ignorant? No, it's something, I want to say something more lighthearted. What is she? Because she said, I know who I am. I'm strong. I'm gonna work on myself. I'm with the will. Oh, so you like girls, huh? Bitch. It's something stupid, ignorant, nigga shit. I don't know. She said, You're crazy, Winter. I didn't say anything about liking girls. I'm just taking my time. I'm only 16. Are you still a virgin? You're not, she shot back at me. Yeah, I am. Hell no. I said as I busted out laughing. I've been fucking since I was 12 years old. I started late. How about you? Damn. She said, I started late at 12, Winter. At 12. Listen, y'all over on Instagram, you gotta come over to Real Talking Healthy Food on YouTube. I'll see you in a minute. Girl, Winter said, I started at 12. I started late. Girl. She said, it's probably because of that week. She is fast. So what really happened, Winter? What really happened? Was you just fast? But no, her partners was fast too. So, um, let's see, chapter 11. Oh, not Q, 11. Girl, what did I just type? Okay, when y'all come in, please hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. Please. We trying to get to 1,000 like wow. So we can start posting on community tabs and shit. So, girl. Mm-mm. Da, da, da. Well, you could say I'm a virgin because I never had sex voluntarily. I just never had those kinds of feelings for a man. I guess you could say I just find it hard to trust any guys. So I'm waiting to meet a brother who won't mind just taking everything nice and slow. Good luck, I said with a doubtful voice. I wasn't going to get all personal with her. Hey, do you want to go to a concert with me tonight? Who's performing? Wu Tang and Def Squad. You know, hip hop. Nah, I'll pass, she said unenthusiastically. Let's go over here right quick too, just so we could alert the Care Bears, okay? Because I ain't see Andrea, Shonda, Cashel still in the building, okay? I got a new Care Bear. She done took her her comments off. That's weird. We got weird bears, but that's okay. We got Robo Bear too. So I mean, welcome to the group, y'all weird asses. Uh, let's continue on. Oh, she said I'm old. I feel you, girl. That's why I gotta wear the mother gooses. Uh, so damn, she said I never had sex voluntarily. Well, she didn't want to fuck with the Wu Tang. I just bought me a Wu Tang t-shirt. You might as well come. If not, you'll be the only one left in this floor. It's okay. It took me a while, but now I'm okay with being alone. Alone. Besides, security is here. By 10:20, I figured out that Simone wasn't showing up. I wasn't mad at her, but I wasn't rolling to a concert alone either. No doubt her big ass was either somewhere eating or sleeping. Finally, I got Rashida to loosen up enough to try on my Adrian Vittadini dress. She spun around, looking at herself in the mirror. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of dress gets a girl in trouble. Trouble is what I don't need. I tried it on. Are you satisfied? Now you can have it back. Rashida looked so good in my dress, I was happy to take it back from her. When the lights were out, I lay awake in the bed thinking about Santiago's letter. I know I said I was going to act like he was dead. Now things were different. I understood why he refused my visit last time. He didn't have anything to give me. He felt he couldn't do anything for me. I believed when he said he didn't want me to see him because he didn't have it all together that day. What he didn't know was that he would forever be my hero, regardless of the small stuff. Before I was crushed, devastated even. Now I realized that me and him were just alike. They sure are. We were both born to win. And when we were not winning, it was okay because we were busy planning to win. Oh man, that sounds like me and my dad. Oh, let me show y'all a picture. See, me and my dad. I keep it on my bed. Wasn't she cute? I miss him. Anywho, I feel you, Winter Girl. Um, Rashida looked so good in my dress. I know I said I was going to act like he's in. He wasn't. We were both win. Next time I see Simone, I remember to ask her to sniff around to see if anyone in Brooklyn in the neighborhood has heard from or seen Midnight, if anybody knew of his whereabouts, if anything had been said or even whispered, Natalie would know it. It would be hard to get Simone to ask Natalie about him because since me and her started hanging out, Simone made it clear that Natalie gets on her nerves. Plus, Natalie would know that Simone was asking about Midnight from me. You know, she wasn't trying to help me out, but I was sure if anybody would know, Natalie would. If Natalie knew something, if Natalie knew, somebody else around the way knew, because Natalie can't keep her mouth shut. It had been months since Midnight had left me. Santiago's letter brought him back to the centerfold of my thoughts. It had been weeks since I had laid there in the dark, imagining his fine body on top of me. No doubt I still had mad love for him. If what daddy wanted would lead me to being able to see Midnight again, then locating him would make both me and daddy happy at the same time. My thoughts were interrupted by Rachita's voice. I thought she had fallen asleep. Remember when you asked me to ask Soldier if I knew somebody named Midnight? Well, I did. And I think the reason you don't like Sister Soldier is because of a man. What? I responded with my ears at attention. I told you I don't even know her. Yeah, but you know this guy, Midnight. From the look on Soldier's face when I asked her if she knew Midnight, she knew him well. You know, like in a man woman way. I felt the heat in my body rising. I sat stiff in the dark, waiting for Rashida to continue on, but she didn't. Oh, Rashida's like, I got you, bitch. I see how you get down. I wrote Dolo. Back to my book. What did she tell you? I asked, trying to sound half interested. Oh, now you're interested in what Soldier has to say. Rashida said with a chuckle. I could tell she thought she had the upper hand on me, so I played cool. No, I'm just saying, Rashida, did Soldier tell you that Midnight was her man or something? Don't try to play it off, Winter. I can hear it in your voice. You're in love with this guy, and Sister Soldier is his girl, so you don't like her. You're jealous. Needing to be doing with a drug dealer as a boyfriend. Rashida became quiet, so I continued. Wouldn't that make Soldier a fake dating a drug dealer? Is Midnight a drug dealer? Rashida asked, as if she didn't hear what I said. Is Midnight Soldier's man? I pushed, waiting on an answer. Rashida, in a less confident tone, added, well, Soldier didn't say Midnight was her man. She just had a look on her face when I mentioned his name, like there was some love there. You know, she had one of those smiles that you see in the movies, like Diana Ross had for Billy D. Williams, or Jada Pinkett had for Alan Payne, or Nia Long had for Lorenz Tate and Love Jones. You know what I mean? Hey, Rashida. Rashida for that extra black love. Y'all come to YouTube. See you in a minute. Boop. Andrea's in the house. That's all right. Oh, I'm running for your life. Yikes. Let's see. Juju. I picture Rashida's dumbass sitting in the dark trying to duplicate the smile. I decided right then and there that she's a crazy bitch who definitely can't be trusted. And to be my middleman in any negotiation, I squeezed her for as much as I could get out of her. Then I cut her ass off. Damn, that went to his cold as ice. So what else did Soldier say? Well, she got curious about how I knew Midnight. I told her I didn't know him, but I have a friend who does. What did she say then? She said she had spoken to Midnight recently and was doing much better. What else? That's it. My mind was listening for each little detail. What did Soldier mean Midnight was doing much better? Was he sick or something? Rashida still trying to put two and two together for herself. So, am I right? Are you in love with Midnight? Is he a drug dealer? No, I said to Rashida, I just like you. I don't love nobody. Midnight is my first cousin. We grew up together. He moved away and I haven't heard from him. My mother practically raised him. I need him to get in touch with my mom right away, just in case anything happens with her illness, you know? Rashida became quiet. He's not a drug dealer. I just said that to shake you up a little. You should never just follow somebody the way you follow Soldier. Just think how disappointed you would have been if she turned out to be a hypocrite. True, Rashida mumbled, but she's not a hypocrite. She's for the people. She's helped me out a lot personally. Me too, girl. Just being able to talk to her, to know she's actually listening and really loves me means a whole lot. Man, I wish I could be in touch with Sister Soldier. She could give me all the game, all the game, like Ice Cube said. Okay, sorry, God. You know, I'm a kind of old lady with this Instagram. How you work this here Insta face? How you get, baby, come help me with my Insta face. It's Instagram, mama. You know what the hell I'm talking about. Get your black ass over here. That's how I feel with these glasses. I feel like my mom Dukes. Uh, help me with my book. Uh, especially with my allergies whooping my ass. They're whooping my ass. There it is. All right. Help me with my Insta face. Chapter 11. All right. I just want to tell the other Care Bears what's going on. What right quick. Gotta go live sometimes. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I can't get it. Ching ching. Bling. All right. We back. Do you really believe she loves you? I'm just saying. She cares about how my life turns out, how my story ends. That's more than I could say about a bunch of people, even in my own family. Whatever, Rashida, I said, shortly dismissing her. I really wish you would come and meet Soldier or join her womanhood class or something. I want to join the womanhood class. Not hardly, I shot back. Early Sunday morning, I called Simone. I didn't get no answer. Maybe she decided to give somebody some of that pregnant pussy. Girl, I could be mad at that. Simone had worked hard for her baby. She deserved a good fuck, girl. I laughed just thinking about what type of position a dude would have to twist her up into just to get close to her stuff. I bounced out the storage for the rest of the day. I had ideas that needed to be taken care of. When I got back to the house late in the afternoon, seconds after I arrived, Lachey called me to the phone. I stepped into the corridor to pick it up. Winter, are you sitting down? Some Winter, are you sitting down? Simone's voice asked. What? I laughed. Are you having triplets or something? I got knocked. What? I'm locked down. I've been here all weekend long. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm dying to get the fuck out. What happened? What happened? That stupid ass pink dress happened. That's what. That shit was so far. They had security guards just to watch it. Anyway, I need $1,500 to make the bill. $1,500? Why so much? Whatever happened to
Mm-mm.
ROR? Released on your own recognizance for those who've never been to jail. Yeah, well, they seen me down here more than a couple times before. So the crab ass judge just trying to lock me down for a year. If these motherfuckers try to take my baby, they're gonna have to upgrade my charges to murder. All right, Simone, what do you want me to see about the
Mm-mm.
money? All right, Simone, who do you want me to see about the money? Who do I need to talk to? Stop fucking around, Winter. This shit ain't funny. Just put the loot up and I'll make it back as soon as I walk out this dump. What about your money? Where were you keeping that stash? You mean the baby's money? I can't touch it. Winter is for the baby. Come on. Just do me this one solid. I'll hit you right back as soon as you bail me out. You know how we do. Can you get it from your moms or anybody else? Winter, that's a dumbass question. You know the runnings. I can't get shit and I don't make for myself. So why can't you use the baby's money to get yourself out? Then you can make the baby's money back. Damn, Winter, because anything can happen with the baby. The way these motherfuckers got me, uh, stressed the fuck out. The motherfucker could drop out right now. Winter, listen. I might have to use the baby's money for a lawyer anyhow. They sent me some legal aid guy with a nervous twitch and a nasty skin problem. He's already talking about plead guilty and shit like that. This motherfucker was kicking it in the hallway with the prosecutor like they old buddies and shit. There's something about this time that got me worried. Simone's voice sounded serious. Winter, I can't have my baby in here. Word up. It's dirty, it's cold, it's wet. They'll take her from me. Just come on down. I'm good for it. You know I'm good for it. I'm in the pen downtown. That's one thing I hate about friends. I thought now you're gonna have you're gonna game a gamer. How does Simone think she's gonna trick a trickster? She purposely made that story up about the pink dress having her got her arrested. Now I'm supposed to feel guilty about the situation and spend my hard earned cash to get her ass out. Winter, don't you do it, Winter. How do I know that's what really happened? Sure, she helped me make dough in the past, but not really when you think about it. She brought the products, but I paid for her. I paid her for the products. It was all fair and square. It wasn't her doing me a favor. It was a business deal, straight up. She would have done business with me if she wasn't getting her cut off of it. Wow, Winter, that's a shady, trife ass bitch right there. I was the one who had to take the time to get along with those crazy, stupid ass females in the house of success. I was the one who had to convince them to buy one to give me their money. Their hair products and all that shit wouldn't mean nothing if I didn't have the flavor to freak the styles. Wow, that bitch is grimy. Oh, she's grimy, y'all. Y'all, do you hear this bitch? Do you hear her? I don't know if y'all hear her. This girl is ruthless. Ruthless records, girl. She is trife trife. Y'all, what the whole fuck? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was cracking. Girl, Andrea, girl, listen. I had to get the readers because you see how I'm reading better now? Because it was hard to see. And my auntie was like, get you some readers from the Dollar Tree. And I was like, from the Dollar Tree? And I got me some readers. Girl, I could see these words big and nice and clear. But I haven't worn my glasses since I was 16. So maybe that's why they're fucking up. Um, I might have to go. These are 150. I might gotta go to 200 or maybe 175, and it'll be nice and clear. Um, Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, she is trifling though. She's like, I didn't. All that shit wouldn't mean nothing if I didn't have the flavor to freak the styles the right way. Besides, who is she fooling talking about the money she saved for the baby? Hell, the money I saved is for something too. She acts like that baby is supposed to mean everything to everybody. Wow. When the truth is it only means something to her. She probably ain't even got no dough saved. She did something stupid with her money. Now she wants me to do something stupid with mine. Now I'm calculating this scene. She already told me but didn't she make like 4 racks? Now she wants me to do something stupid with mine. Now I'm calculating this scene. She already told me that she was planning to slow up with her boosting, which is just one way of saying she don't want to do it no more. Now I'm supposed to give my cash to her. She'll pay me back, she says, but I can already see it. I'll bail her out. She'll get scared that the judge is already going to put her ass away. Then she'll give me some lame ass excuse like she's too tired to boost. She keeps falling asleep. She needs to lay low until after she has her baby, just to be on the safe side. When the kid comes out, she'll be talking about how the baby changed her outlook and she don't want to get back in trouble. The bottom line is I get beat for my dough. Every way I turn this around, I lose. I thought about it a second. If I leave my partner in the cold, that makes me the bitch. But I'd rather be a bitch with money in my hand, a sure thing. Like Santiago said, when you got dough, everybody's cool with you. When your dough is low, nobody knows your name. I'd have to get my own hustle now. After shopping today, I only got 2,500 to my name. I'll make it work to my advantage. I ain't giving Simone shit. I laid my finger on the receiver on the call and disconnected. Simone called back one more time in exchange for 2 cigarettes. The security guard told Simone Winter ain't here. Oh, bitch. Bitch, you will never. You would never. You can't see up close. I can't see far away. I have to wear them to drive by memory or colors. Girl, yes. Like, yeah, I guess I can see up close. Well, I gotta be like this. But when I go like that, it's like boom, let me pull this back. So oh my God, Winter hung up on her. Simone gonna whoop her motherfucking ass. Uh You can't do that to your partner. If y'all getting money together, then you beat her ass if she don't get your dub. By Tuesday night, I was deep in concentration. I had spent my day putting a package together for Santiago. It had everything I could think of him needing inside. I had dipped in my stash to give him some Salvatore for Ferragamo shoes. I bought him a crisp white Versace dress shirt, the kind he liked. The slacks I purchased from Barney's. I bought him a carton of cigarettes and a carton of cigars for bargaining. I placed $250 in an envelope to drop in his commissary. All this with a bottle of Issey Miyake cologne would set him up lovely on the inside. A lot of people think a prisoner can't style. They think all he can rock is gel jumpsuits. But prisoners who ain't suckers, who got family, who ain't been convicted yet, can chill in the best clothes. Now, if a man holds position, he can keep the shit he owns, because niggas know better than try to rob him for it. Santiago wouldn't have problems like this. After thinking about it, I knew it would be important for me to get this package up to him. I needed to show that Santiago got family on the outside checking for him. There will be no surprises on my next visit. I set my mind up so that Daddy refused to see me. I could handle it because after I put the money in his commissary and dropped off the package, it would be only a short time before he would welcome me in or at least drop me a new line. Damn. Got on the bus was the way we rode to Rikers Island. I caught the bus in Queens with 60 other women and children. Chemical warfare is the only way to describe what happens when Cheap perfume, body splash, body spray, underarm deodorant, curl activator, hairspray, and pissy peppers collide. I chose to stand up after I almost sat down in the seat with some red juicy juice spilled in it. My white shark skin skirt would have been ruined. Shark skin, ew. Lucky for some kid and her mother, I didn't make that mistake. Because in addition to overcrowding, there would have been some ass whooping on that bus. From the bus to Rikers Island waiting room, the air went from stank to stale. With all those bodies in one area, let's say niggas draw heat. You said what? Well, if the tables turn, I don't know, man. I think someone gonna whip her motherfucking ass. I wasn't there in the waiting room 10 seconds before some armed corrections officer picked me out of a huge waiting room crowd of women. He was over 6 feet tall with a chest of steel. The funniest thing about him was he still rocked a box style haircut, and that style had been played out for more than a little while. He walked stiff like he had a pole up his ass, like a lot of cops walk. They do. Why do they walk like that? uh, he had a confident smile on, like he was Ziggy or something. Both of his hands rested by his gun, which was on his waist with all that other shit cops wear around their waist. He said, "Now let me guess which one of these losers you're here to see." I rolled my eyes and shifted my body position away from him. "I can't understand it," he said, speaking in a low voice so others could keep his conversation. "I see it every day. Y'all get all dressed up to come see these animals who can't do nothing for you. You ride one train, two trains, a bus, because they ride, fool, to see these fools. You can't touch them. They can't touch you. A brother with a good job and benefits can get play. So how about it, Cinnamon?" He asked, with his arms extended. "Pass me your number." He, how about it, Cinnamon? "Pass me your number. I'll get you as soon as I get off. I'll take you to lunch, dinner, breakfast, wherever you want to go." I wanted to scream on this asshole, but he had a gun. So I insisted, "No, that's all right. Ain't nothing happening. You got kids? No, I ain't got no goddamn kids. I'm here to see my father, not my man." "Oh, so where your man at? If I was your man, I'll be sitting right here next to you." I didn't say nothing. "All right then." He said, "All right then. I'll give you my number. Maybe you'll think about what I said. Give me a call sometime." He handed me a business card. "I doubt it," I said, crushing his ego down to the floor. "Who are you here to see?" he said with authority, as if this was now some type of police matter. His eyes searched my package on my lap. "Ricky Santiago," he said, reading the words printed on the box. "I brought for daddy." "Well, now you're 4 days too late." I shifted my weight back in his direction and peered into his eyes with hatred. "What are you talking about? The dude Santiago killed two. That dude Santiago killed two prisoners in here 4 nights ago. He's out of here. We bust him out and up north." I didn't like the idea of the CO playing head games with me. If I would have given him my phone number, would he still be making all this shit up? "Oh, you don't believe me? Go wait in line. Go get searched. Go through the metal detectors. They're going to tell you the same thing when you get up there. They might say Santiago allegedly killed two prisoners. Either way they say it, he's not here. How do I find out where he is?" "In a few days, he'll probably write you. He can read and write, can he?" he asks, actually waiting for an answer. "Well, you can't take nothing for granted around here." I gotta quit. He'll write. It's not like he has anything else better to do. With my back now to the CEO, I moved swiftly toward the exit door. The last words I heard him say were, "Call me. I can make you feel better." Oh, what a fuckhead. What a fuckhead. With his big old big head box cut. Winter. Yeah, I thought to myself, what a difference between the way men treated me before Santiago got knocked and the way they speak to me now. Like Santiago would say, they feeling themselves, thought it was time to spread their wings. I know what happened behind those bars at Rikers. Some kind of disrespect. Somebody tried to test my father. So he was forced to set an example. He let everybody know don't fuck with Santiago. The penalty is death. Baby baby ghetto style. I took a deep breath. There was no sense feeling bad. My father is all man. This is what I love best about him. Next stop, the liquor store and a pint of Hennessy to mellow me out. I slid into the movie theater. Damn, Winter. I slid into the movie theater in Queens and bought a ticket. What show? Any show. I just wanted to be where nobody would bother me, see me, or ask me for some of my drink. It was just me and my brown paper bag and two watermelon sticks to take away the liquor smell of my breath. Lights on, then off again. I stayed to see what I didn't see twice. One skinny white boy with an elevator suit came over and shined the flashlight in my face. But after the light landed on my face, hair, skirt, and brand new Joan and David heels, he took the light off me because I truly wasn't a homeless bum. Besides, I had a stub. Oh, but you kind of are, Winter. Kind of are. Um, from dark to dark, the inside of the theater in the night, I was calm. I bought a nickel bag from a dread I ran into in the street. I'd rather give him my business than my body, which is what he wanted. When they see a girl walking alone in the street, they think they could slide up in her. But I decide when I'm getting fucked or not, even when I'm drunk. My body jerked back and forth and sideways as the silver train jetted through the underground. They showing out. Excuse me, we're in the hood. All right. The lights blinked on and off, bugging me out as my mind tried to move faster than the train wheels. The crazies on the train were more animated than ever. One old chick with 4 pounds of lip balm and no top. One old chick with 4 pounds of bottom lip and no top lip at all sat across from me, muttering, "That's a lie, that's a lie. I know that's a motherfucking lie." I busted out laughing because everything in my eyes at the moment was magnified. People had the nerve to look at me like I was nuts or something. Oh, that could be a good scene in the movie. Like going through the tunnels in New York on the train, and then the old people, and she's like, "Come on," and I was about to call her New York again, and she could be like, "Ah, ha, 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 ha," and the lights, because she's so fucked up and shit. But that could be like a way they express her pain and shit because she's stumbling. Man, that would be a dope movie. The weed had me hungry, so I slid Daddy's package, which seemed to be getting heavier and heavier, into a locker at Penn Station, Manhattan on 34th Street for 50 cents. I locked everything up and dropped the key into my pocketbook. Now I was free to get dinner. I treated myself to steak and brew restaurant. I sat in the dim light by myself eating my food. "Do you mind if I give you the check now, miss?" the hurried waitress asked. "It's 10:15 and my shift ended at 10. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I paid the bill. A couple more bites of my steak, well done, and I realized what the waitress had said. It's 10:15. It's 10:15. It's 10:15. Curfew is at 11. I ran to the bathroom, peed, straightened myself out. Then I caught the local downtown to 14th Street. I still had to walk to the east side. I puffed my last L as the light wind moved in and out of my legs, walking toward the house of success. 10 minutes to curfew. I didn't want to hear shit about them revoking my upcoming weekend privileges. My 2-inch heels clicked on the sidewalk making music. My theme music. I feel you, girl. That used to be my theme music too. I didn't know if anyone else could hear it, but it sounded real loud to me. When I turned the corner onto the block, I felt nervous out of nowhere, as if something wasn't cool. The lower Manhattan block turned into a haunted museum. The skinny little trees appeared to be armed enemies. I was seeing all types of shit like snipers on the roof and vipers crawling on the ground. I hated this little block that was tucked away like a fake suburb. I mean, I'm on a normal block in New York. There are lights and people, plenty of people, bodegas and niggas sitting on milk crates playing cards or shooting CeeLo or sipping brew. But this little street was full of shit, pretending to be something other than what it was. I can feel that. I feel that way too. But she say them tunnels are scary. I get claustrophobic easy and start panicking. It is scary. It is. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna front. That's why I didn't drive. When I lived in Boston, I didn't drive during traffic hour because you could get stuck in the tunnel. And I was like, what if this bitch fall? Halfway down the block, in the front entrance of my building, the outline of a body stepped forward in like old Hitchcock flicks. Energy shot through my body. My mind shook my high to the left, then shook it to the right. My eyes focused in on the shadow cast by the dull light. An alarm went. Oh shit, that's what she was. Her intuition was spiking. It was somebody after her ass. Energy shot through my body. My mind shook my mind to the left, then shook it to the right. My eyes focused in on the shadow cast by the dull light. An alarm within me sounded. Oh shit, it's Simone. Damn, has she peeped me? Did she think she could hide her pregnant ass by standing behind the tall, thin wall at the top of the stoop? What did she plan to do in her condition? Fuck her, I said to myself. She can't do nothing. In a flash, maybe a half second, she jumped off the stoop like an overweight acrobat, and out of the right and the left of the stoop shot four wild mamas in black Reebok sneakers, black jeans, and bright yellow hoodies, charging toward me like killer bees. Brooklyn, the only females bold enough to wear something some bright shit in the middle of the night when they were supposed to be on the low. I folded my pocketbook like it was a brown paper bag, outnumbered 1 to 5, and unsure whether one of them was a big woman or a man. I turned on my heels and ran like my Joe and Davids were Air Jordans. Go back, Simone, go back, Simone. One of them kept shouting, but Simone kept coming like a clunky pickup truck talking about, I'm going I'm gonna get a piece of this trick ass bitch. Get back, Simone. But like a mad bull, she kept coming. The short one was gaining on me, but my slim yet muscular thighs were dodging the mother fools. I was working that mini skirt. I feel you I feel you on a real level, girl. I almost feel like telling the story. She said I was working that mini skirt. As I damn near flew around the corner, I looked back right in time to see Simone bust her ass falling flat on her face. I dashed down the subway steps. Two of the killer bees kept coming. I assumed the other two went to help Simone. When I tried to jump over the last 5 steps, my feet landed instead on the bottom step. I had lost my balance. I had lost one shoe. With only one shoe on, I heard them on my heels. I saw the train doors about to close and shot unevenly through the doors. As soon as I turned around to see if I shook them, the doors shut tight. Whatever they were screaming on the other side of the closed glass and metal front door didn't matter because it was drowned out by the parting screech of the train. But the middle fingers, I could read that. Relieved, I fell into a small space between a fat lady and a young guy with headphones on. With one shoe on and my blouse buttons popped open, my titties heaved in and out from heavy breathing. I gasped for air. When I looked up, I saw half of all the other passengers' eyes on me. I sucked my teeth out, began buttoning my blouse, and spit what the fuck everybody looking at. At the first stop, I got off and switched to the uptown train line. I was sure them Brooklyn femmes were going that way. I plunged my hand into my coach bag to take inventory. My box cutter was still there. I ran my fingers over the handle, thinking, that's right. Simone was smart enough to get her little crew because She knew 101 she had no wins. Even if that had been only two of them, I would have fought. But five, who knows if they had burners on them or not. Um, I felt for the yellow envelope that I keep taped to the bottom of my coach purse. I hated ruining the leather inside with the tape, but ever since AB stuck me from my loot, I never left my money and jewels anywhere, no time. And my bag never leaves my side, ever. Okay, think. What's the plan? Some of them ain't gonna wait for me at the House of Success forever. So I could ride for a while and wait them out. No, I'll get off at the next stop and get to a payphone. I'll call the house and find out what's up. Rashida or one of them will fill me in. Now, should I leave one shoe on or should I walk barefoot on the filthy subway platform? How long would it be before I run into a vendor who could sell me a pair of socks? What would be a bigger spectacle, a female with one shoe on or a well dressed female with no shoes? This is New York, so I said, fuck it. You blew your curfew, Santiago. The House of Success bitch security guard's voice was blaring through the phone. I know. I'm going to have to write you up, she said, taking her job seriously. I got a carton of Newports that say you don't have to say nothing. Make it two. Now, what do you want? Let me speak to Rashida. Rashida's asleep. Well, wake her up. She's in the shower. I thought you said she was asleep. Whatever. Do you want to speak to Lachey? What's going on, girl? Lachey, hoping that if she knew something, she would volunteer to tell me. Nothing, she said in a calm voice. Has anybody called for me? You should have asked security. You know they take all the messages anyway. I saw your girl Simone a few hours ago. What did she say? You know the regular. She said give her a call. She needs to talk to you about something. Anything else? Nah, nothing. Listen, Lachey, my mom's sick again. It looks like I'm going to sleep over in the hospital with her tonight. Could you do me a favor? Yeah, anything. Just hit me off like old times. So Shayla, I knew she was serious. I didn't mind putting a few bucks in her palms for a favor. In my room, taped to the inside railing of my bed is a key. Use it to unlock my trunk. I further explained that she would pack some selected dresses, pants, blouses, and two pairs of my shoes, one flats, one heels. All that, damn, where you going? Ah, where you going? I'm going to the hospital to stay with my mom. She needs me. Besides, you know me with the clothes. Even if I'm just going for one night, I need to have choices. I told her. Lachey laughed. Meet me tomorrow at 12 at Penn Station, downstairs under the schedule board's digital display. Tomorrow, 12 noon, Penn Station, under the schedule display. And make sure you lock my trunk up and bring me the key. Got it. Lachey had a damn good question. Where am I going? But the interest of not being predictable, I wasn't going back to the House of Success tonight. From the subway platform, I walked upstairs at the 96th Street station. I had decided to keep the one shoe I had on my left foot. After a minute of looking around, I realized the only types of stores that were open were restaurants, delis, and vegetable stands. 8 minutes later, my dirty black foot got a splinter or a piece of glass or something in it. It was the first time my own body got that gross. It was the first time my own body grossed me out. Finally, I came upon a 24-hour pharmacy. They didn't have no shoes for sale, but I was able to buy some hairy pink bedroom slippers, cotton balls, alcohol, and sewing needles. I found a chair outside of the cafe to sit on. As soon as I opened the cotton balls and took the top off, the waiter came out. May I take your order? Nothing for me, I responded. Well, there's a drink and entree minimum to occupy the outdoor tables and chairs. I'm not hungry. This only take a minute. The waiter looked suspiciously on my side of the table, saw my foot and said, oh no, miss, you won't be allowed to do that here. Okay, then I'll have a cheeseburger deluxe and a Coke. I'll have to ask you to leave now. I'll go and get the manager. Or I'll go and get the manager. He's like, oh no, bitch. Get your crunchy feet ass away from here. Let's see. Some widows follow me in the dark like that. Scary and never again. Be right back. Okay. Girl, you was in the dark like that? Girl, we can't be taking them night walks. Oh, I do. Um, so I walked around aimlessly until I discovered the wide open, deserted steps of the Museum of Natural History. With only one midnight moonlight and a dull glare from a street lamp, I sat wiping my foot with the alcohol and cotton balls. I successfully removed the splinter with a sewing needle. The pink slippers were definitely not the bomb, but there are two of them and they match. Besides, it will only be a 10-hour fashion statement. The stores will be open and then I could get some proper shoes. Whether or not to check into a hotel was running through my mind. After shopping for daddy, I only had $1,650. Not having a clear plan was stressing me. So I decided to save my dough until I was sure what my next move would be. I walked for blocks and blocks, just trying to keep it moving. Excuse me, just trying to keep it moving. In a city like New York, sitting still can make you anybody's target. The McDonald's I looked up on closed at about 3 a.m. So I took $15 worth of magazines I just purchased from the newsstand and moved next door to the donut shop. I ordered two glazed donuts and a coffee just to keep the cashier from saying I couldn't sit at the counter. I opened my hip hop magazine and began to read the articles about my favorite hip hop stars. Look at these rap chicks in the magazine. I thought to myself, if I could rhyme, I could get paid out the ass. Some of these rap girls had loot and still couldn't figure out where to get their weaves put in right. I cracked up, she said. Just then, some dude wearing the finest blue metallic suit the thrift shop had. Oh my, yo, winter be reading bitches, okay? Our people. Just then, some dude wearing the finest blue metallic suit the thrift shop had to offer sat in the chair next to me. Hey, sweetheart, he said, flashing a smile with so much plaque on his teeth, it looked like a yeast infection. What can I do for you? He asked. I pushed my face into my magazine, ignoring him. Are you a ballerina, sweetheart? What? I said so loud I put him on blast. Calm down, sweetie. I just want to talk to you for a minute. I'm saying because you look like a ballerina. You look like a ballerina to me with those long, sexy legs. Now, me, I'm a manager. I'm always looking for new talent, he said. A old pimp. He laid a dirty business card on the counter which read, Girls Galore Management, bitch. I am mad. No, I'm not no damn ballerina, I said, picking up my stuff. Do I look like a fucking ballerina? Do you know any ghetto girl ballerinas? Checking my hostility. Now, come on now, don't get uptight. I'm just trying to do some business with you. Ballerina's just a fancy way of saying dancer. Well, I could dance, I said, moving down two chairs separating him from me, but I ain't no dancer. Now, don't go turning up your nose, little girl. A good dancer can bring in about 300 to 500 a night. Doing what? I said with interest. Why? Dancing. He said with another nasty smile. I looked at his whole entire face, that fucked up suit, and the black dirt caked up under his long nails. Ew. Oh, I jumped up, threw one hand on my hip and said, Yeah, right, dancing, sucking a little dick, taking it up the ass a few times, and a bunch of shit like that, huh? The man who spoke with a lower voice left as quickly as he came. By 5 a.m., a fat lady wearing a cheap, greasy apron nudged me. There's no sleeping in here. She pointed to the sign on the wall that said, No loitering, no barefoot. It don't say no sleeping, I said. Well, you ain't buying nothing, so you're loitering. I pointed to the glazed donuts and the cold cup of coffee left on the counter 2 scats over. She twisted her mouth and said, "That was here. That was here when I started my shift." I stood up to get my pocketbook that I was sitting on. I pulled out 50 cents and said, "I'll take a glazed donut." She spun on her dirty plastic work shoes with an attitude, handed me the donut and the tissue paper. I looked up at the clock, thinking I only have 1 hour until sunlight. If I have to buy one donut every 10 minutes, I would. I strained to think I strained to think at 8 a.m. The sun was well up, but I was so exhausted. I couldn't put anything in order in my head. The only thing I had decided for definite was after Lachey brought my clothes, I would check into a hotel sleep shower, figure it all out. The fact Simone, well, not really Simone, but her crew knew where to find me, put me on defensive. I didn't like that arrangement. I should be the one coming up with the surprises. The Koreans who are always open the earliest and the latest sold me a hat and a pair of sunglasses. Total cost $7. They were disposable. There was no way I was going to walk out in the morning rush where professional people wore suits, dresses, and trench coats and bedrooms with bedroom slippers on my feet. At least I wouldn't walk without first shielding my eyes with the sunglasses and the hat to add to my disguise and the sense of mystery. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, by 10 a.m., I would be standing outside of Macy's on 34th Street. I'll get some new shoes, maybe a moderately priced dress. Then I toss this depressing disguise. Why should I go shopping when Lachey was going to bring my clothes? Because I wouldn't give her the pleasure of seeing me down and out. Because looking tired, she would never know what happened to me last night. I wouldn't be caught dead in this getup by anybody who knows me. Macy's bathroom was a welcome relief. It definitely beat the filthy, claustrophobic closet bathroom in the donut shop. The couch, the comfortable chairs, clean counters, soap dispensers, and toilets were just what I needed. I had already begun to smell my underarms. I slid straight out of my soiled panties. I threw them in the garbage can. I washed myself with the rough paper towels. I told you, Winter. I splashed my face with the water to wake up. A sprinkle of water in my hair. I swept my hair up into a bun, took a deep breath, and said, "This will have to do." My keen eyes were ready to find the best quality walking shoe at a reasonable price. As I picked through some of the sale items on the table, I looked up briefly to notice an elderly white man watching me. Every time I would look back to see if he was still there, he'd be staring right at me. He was careful to stay about 4 feet from me when I was walking. When the entire scene became too aggravating for me, I turned around quickly to startle him, throwing my hands up in the air and, and then on my waist. "Yes, can I help you?" At first, he tried to have a blank look on his face. Then he stepped to me and said, repulsively mild in a courteous tone, "Do you mind if I take a look in your bag?" "You're damn right I mind." He held his right hand up, folding a security badge. "Listen, miss, here are your options. You could cooperate with me, or I could get the police involved." "Police for what?" "Miss, please calm yourself down. Lower your voice. You're alarming customers." "I am a customer." He looked me over head to toe. His eyes landed on my pink slippers and back on my face. I'm thinking my shit don't match, but that ain't no crime. He thought she was a crackhead. Oh my gosh. "Come on with me, miss." He walked me into a back room. One you wouldn't notice if you were just an ordinary customer like me, I thought. "Sit down," he ordered. I sat in the chair right next to a silver two-way mirror. I could look out and see the customers, but I knew they couldn't see me. "Now I would like you to volunteer for me to look into your bag." "Why? I didn't do shit. I saw when you were at our front door early this morning at 9:45 to be exact. You were wearing a black knit hat, black sunglasses, and pink bedroom slippers. You walked around the first floor for about 10 minutes looking at and touching the merchandise. You took the escalator to the third floor, clutching your bag, then entered the ladies' room on the west side of the building. You were in the bathroom for approximately 30 minutes. When you exited, you were no longer wearing the hat or the sunglasses. Now, because of your suspicious behavior, I need to be sure that everything in your bag belongs to you. Sucking my teeth like a fast car hitting its brakes, I opened my bag. I had a feeling this military asshole was willing to take his foolishness all the way. Besides, I hadn't stolen anything. He said, "May I take a look at the bag?" He turned it over, emptying the contents onto the blotter on the desk. His wrinkled face with bulging eyes looked over everything. He knew he was wrong, but he was determined to be right. First, he grabbed my box cutter. "How old are you, young lady?" 21, I said with no hesitation. He opened my wallet, glanced over my business cards and over my house success ID. Looking from the ID, then into my eyes, the ID, then into my eyes again. "You're 17, not 21. You know it's illegal for anyone to sell box cutters to a minor in New York. Listen, you in a small smile, I told him I just wanted my bag back. Luckily, this idiot did not even see the envelope taped to the bottom of the bag. This is why I cooperated with him. I didn't want him to call the police. Then I have to explain where I got the 1600 in cash and my diamond jewelry from. No doubt, even if I offered the police a great explanation, they would have still wanted to drive me to the house of success where I didn't want to go. No telling what would have happened when the counselors and authorities found out how much dough I had without having a job. On his signal, I ran his two hands from the top of my shoulders to my wrist. "Come on, this is ridiculous. You can tell there's nothing in my blouse. It's tight. All of my clothes are tight." A cop of feel. That's what he was doing. "I can still get the police," he threatened. "They can get a warrant and search you." Couldn't stop shaking, ran over the center of my back, right along my spine, facing me. Then he ran his two hands from my shoulder blades right over each of my titties, cupping them a bit. Infuriated, I saw nothing but images of the cops cuffing mama, stealing daddy's stuff, impounding mama's car. I couldn't tolerate him for a few if I could tolerate him for a few minutes, I'll be home free. "Take off your skirt." "What? Take off your skirt." "See, now you're bugging. I ain't taking off my skirt. What do you think? I have a pair of high heels hidden in my panties?" I've seen all types of things happen before, miss. I'm just doing my job. I looked down at this man's little hard dick poking through his pants. "I think you're doing a little more than your door." With her key. "Hey, what you got here, Izzy?" she asked, like Izzy was her best pal. "Nothing." I answered for Izzy. I gave him a threatening look, letting him know I'll blow the whistle on his little perverted party. "We're finished, right?" "Yes, everything seems to be on the street." It was 11:15. I'd run to meet Lachey. Fuck it. I don't owe her any explanations about my appearance anyway. Uh-uh. As I placed as I placed the plate and pizza crust into the garbage can, my eye caught a glimpse of Rashida coming up the subway stairs and into the mall and in and out of every little indoor store in the huge waiting area, wondering what she was doing, but not wanting to see her. I stepped 3 steps back into the pizza store and glanced outward from my direct position. That's where she did it. Like a woman having a nervous breakdown, she went directly under a huge digital train schedule display on the ceiling and shouted with her hands on her head, "Winter, Winter, if you're here, please, please." Stunned, I came. I rushed over so she could shut up. When she saw me coming toward her, she got excited, like I was Ed McMahon, McMahon delivering a publisher's clearinghouse multi-million dollar sweepstakes check. She said, "Winter, seriously, we got to get out of here." I saw the terror in her face. I followed, knowing she ain't the slick type. "Simone is going to kill you. Well, maybe not kill you. Well, maybe not kill you, but hurt you real bad. She has a gun. You must have did something terrible to her." How do you know this? Everybody knows. Last night, Lachey said that Simone said you was a double crossing bitch. Lachey, excuse me, y'all. Lachey was with Simone yesterday from 8 to 10. When Lachey came inside, she told everybody that you was going to get popped. She said you deserve it because you had double crossed her too and cut her out of some money. They was waiting for you. Lachey and Simone had a crew of girls outside of the House of Success. Everybody thought you be in before curfew. I was praying you didn't come. I told them the whole thing was between Simone and Winter, and it was stupid for anyone else to get involved. I told them y'all don't even know Winter's side of the story. Then what happened? They locked me in our room and kept their bodies against the door so I couldn't get out. They locked me in there until 11:30. Then what? I don't know. Nobody wouldn't tell me shit. So how did you know I was here? Last night after everybody thought I was sleeping, Lachey came into our room. They was looking for something because they were all over your bed. Next thing I know, Lachey had opened your trunk. They was picking and choosing who wanted what, and Lachey was giving your stuff out. From what I could see, they took everything down to the barrettes and face cream. Even the security guard was trying to get something out of the deal, but none of the clothes could fit her. So she stole those cartons of cigarettes you had in the pouch on the side. But how did you know I was going to be in Penn Station at 12? Because when Miss Porter came in this morning about 9, she asked the girls if they knew where you were. She wanted to know if you came in last night. Everybody started looking nervous and guilty. So Miss Porter stepped to me. Before I could open my mouth, Lachey blurted out that your mom's was in the hospital and you slept over with her. Lachey said she would see you at noon at Penn Station because you needed some clothes and she was going to bring them to you. Now, Lachey was getting calls all night, going back and forth to the security desk. So I knew she was up to no good. I didn't know if you had spoken to her even if you would be here or not. But I took a chance. I didn't want to see nothing happen or see nothing bad happen to you. Oh, Rashida hugged me and my body stiffened. It was time to figure out everything. She's went through. You got to get that together. Rashida hugged me and my body stiffened. Okay, come on, Rashida grabbed my hand and guided me swiftly through the train station like I was in kindergarten or something. What's the deal? Where are we headed? To a friend's house. Went to someone who can help you out. I don't need no help. I just need a couple of minutes to think. By the time we got off at the stop, it struck me, dropped into my head out of nowhere. Without saying a word, I turned around and began to walk back onto the subway platform in the opposite direction of Rashida. Winter, please, I just want to help. Oh no. Oh no. You trying to take me to Sister Soldier's house like I'm some kind of charity case, a homeless runaway or something. You can you can forget it, girl. I ain't gonna do it. Winter, seriously though, do you have somewhere else to go? I didn't answer. I didn't like her self appointed mother role. You already live in a girl's home. You already don't have no family. I got family, bitch. You bugging. I got mad family. You don't know the half. If you got family, Winter, so much family, why don't you live with them? Where are they? You can't come back to the house of success. It wouldn't be safe. And you don't have to live as Sister Soldiers. Just chill for a few days while we figure out what to do next. I screamed, throwing my hands up in the air. Now all of a sudden it's we. Fuck you, Winter, she screamed back at me. That's it. I try to do the right thing and look at you. You don't even realize when somebody's trying to help your ass. As Rashida cried, I laughed. My laughing threw her off. She stopped crying. What's so funny? You don't even know how to curse right. You sound funny. You don't curse. She got back at ease and led the way. Her house is right up there. Just do me a favor. Check it out before you just flat out say no. Girl. I feel like we need to read more chapters, but it's 9 o'clock on the dot. My allergies are whipping my ass. Oh man. So Winter done got herself into another tizzy. So what do y'all think about that chapter? That chapter was action packed. So I told y'all someone was gonna whip her motherfucking ass. I knew it. Yes. So we got to just get ready for the medical apartheid. Um, dang, I did not drop off my prescription for my allergy medicine. Winter is busy. Yes, girl. Winter is doing the most. But she gonna be at Sister Soldier's house. If she pay attention, she could get some gang. You know what I'm saying? But she did. Winter is busy. Yeah, if she shouldn't have double crossed her friend. And they came to jump her motherfucking ass too. Oh shit. So I know there's some other concert coming up, but I can't remember the details. But man, this is kind of sad though, because Rashida's trying to make her face her shit. Rashida's putting the truth in her face. I hope that she takes heed. This is very sad, man. She spent all that money on all that ill shit for her dad, and he got shipped off somewhere because he murked 2 niggas. Like, that's ill. That had to be heartbreaking for her. You know what I'm saying? And that mentality is something that she just can't let go of. I find that super interesting. You know what I'm saying? She can't seem to shake that, but she gets it from her father. Like, he didn't even want to see his own daughter because he wasn't fitted up. But it's like, bruh, you're in prison. There's no way that's gonna happen. You know? So I think he's got to be, I mean, no offense to my Spanish Care Bears, but he's got to be some kind of Puerto Rican or something. He's got to be from somewhere. He do. He got to be from somewhere because Santiago, number one. Number two is got. I would really love to know more about her parents because I think that is an interesting story. I'm a side Sister Soldier again, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, that's how we got Tales from the Hood 3. I ain't gonna say it was all me, but I don't know. But I hope y'all enjoyed that chapter. I did. I really thoroughly did. She went back to Brooklyn. Simone was like, "Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?" And brought the killer bees with her. Girl, they gonna catch her though. I can't remember this book, but I hope y'all check it out with me next week. And we're gonna read the medical apartheid tomorrow and Thursday, and we're in chapter 11 and 12. So we're kind of at the same pace with both books. That's good. So that means we have about 5 more chapters to go, and then we can hit up Powernomics and Powernomics and Life After Death. So well, I gotta go to bed early because all this drainage is not what's up. She wasn't ready. What's her next one? Next on medical apartheid, I don't gotta hold on. Hey Taco Bear. Okay. Let's see where we at with it. Okay, chapter 11, The Children's Crusade. Research targets young African Americans. And then here's a quote from Carl Meninger, MD. Last one we read was chapter 10, which that was a struggling week. Um, let's see, what was this one about? I think this was a hard one too. Chapter 10 was. All I need is one word. All I need is one mic. Cave subjects. Oh, about the prisoners where they were testing different products on their skin. Um, what else were they doing? Sorry, y'all. It's warm and I'm in the hood. Okay. Um, oh, they talked about Stockholm, Pennsylvania, where that German dermatologist had did all those tests on the prisoners, and they would compensate them for those tests. Um, and he was a weirdo. And then it kind of went into what we talked about how they brought those scientists and doctors from the Nazi Germany. They brought them from there to here, and they did a lot of that weird shit here in America. And a lot of the laws and the science and medical shit is based off of their work. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we left off. Now we're gonna get into the kids. So get your tissues ready. Oh, we also learned ain't no such thing as crack babies. That's what we learned. Because they were talking about how they did a study when that war on drugs had happened, and they did a study saying that it didn't have any correlation. You remember we was fucked up off of that? Like, no crack babies, nigga. What? How it ain't no crack babies? What about losing Isaiah? What? Um, I want to find that. Um, well, they did. Well, they implemented some laws. Okay, here we go. Just as about the Nazi doctors. The Nazi doctors in the Nuremberg Code, George Annas and Michael Grodin analyzed how U.S. investigators rejected Nuremberg and replaced it with the not but hollow assurances that American medical researchers needed such no such constraints. But they allowed them to do what the fuck they wanted to do though. Hold on, I'm reading one thing and looking for another. Hold on. But they used prisoners, downtrodden, homeless people. And then, simultaneously, that was during the Jim Crow era. You remember when we learned that? And they would implement these laws that made it easier to get Black men in jail. Um, it wasn't Stockholm, it was Holmesburg, Pennsylvania. Um, I want to find that one about the babies though, because it was a segue into the chapter that we're getting into um, tomorrow. Okay, I'm real close to it because it's towards the end. Because we were clutching the pearls. We could not believe there was no crack baby. Because there was this article written by this doctor who worked at the I think it's Boston College Hospital, and I know there's two hospitals you don't go to. What the fuck is the name of that hospital? Oh, I could see the streets and everything. You can make a right off of Dorchester Ave. They call it Dart Ave. You can make a right there. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. If you don't go to that hospital, niggas wake up dead there. Um, Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. And they always take people to the Boston College Hospital. And people they wake up dead there too. Oh man, I can't find it quick enough. I can see the words better, but I can't find it quick enough. And you remember I told y'all about the house of numbers, how those HIV tests, how a lot of that is based off of your demographics, especially if you're Black or gay, that affects your test results. I think that's a good thing to look into. Um, yeah, but we learned there's no such thing as the motherfucking crack babies. Oh, here we go. He said they said that, and the reason why they use prisoners and stuff like that, and it was a quote from somebody hella important that said that blacks were cheaper than chimpanzees. Oh man, I really wish I could find that. Ah, that sucks. Well, anywho, I can't find it. Chapter 10 was very long. It was a hard read too. Um, but we'll get into it tomorrow and we'll move forward with chapter 11, the Children's Crusade. Ain't no telling what the fuck they was doing then. I feel like I'm so close. But basically, we learned that it was no crack babies. It fucked us up, y'all. We couldn't believe it. I can't find it, y'all. Or did I read chapter 11 last week? Oh, no, I didn't read chapter 11. I didn't read about no kid. Did I? But you know what I think? I think as we get into the modern times, we're going to really get to see. And I hope that she, um, because with what we learned, especially chapter 4, 5, and 6, I think that once we get closer to the 90s and the 2000s, I think we're going to be able to see how. What I'm learning is how all this stuff goes hand in hand because each generation affected the next. It's like they laid the groundwork to continue that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Things they get better. They kind of found a way to reword and work around things to break the human rights laws. Especially against black folks, you know what I'm saying? Which they have been doing that since slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see. I wish I could find that part of the chapter, but I'm getting sleepy and I'm super hungry. This damn, just like it. The children, black children, I'm sure, stopping the animal testing, right? Oh, House of Numbers is a documentary. Let's see if I can find it. That would be a good movie night. I like the way I did that last movie night for real. That shit was good. Um, where I was watching and telling it in real time. I like that. Let's see, House of Numbers. It is, or is it House of Cards? Let's see. I'll know it as soon as I see the doctors. Because you're gonna see. This is who you want to look for. Hopefully, it's in English. Did it connect to? Let's see. Okay, that's like German translation. But you want to look for this little boy when you watch it. Him. You want to look for him. Let's see if I can find one. And I'll post a link. Hold on. Okay, they got it in Espanol. They call it the AIDS denialist movie. But I mean, who do I believe? People who want to disagree or world renowned scientists? I don't know. It's the facts for me. I'm not denying it don't exist. I'm denying I'm acknowledging there's other shit going on. There's more to the story. As soon as
There are currently more than 12 different definitions of AIDS worldwide.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna post a link, y'all. Hold up. So then y'all can watch it. I mean, it's interesting. It's a it's a good point of reference to research the scientists and doctors behind it. A few doctors, you could start with Robert Gallo, Peter Grusenberg. He's a scientist. I think I'm spelling his name all wrong, but if you type that in, you'll be able to find something. And then let me get that link. Let me find the link, baby. Hold on. Hold on, child. Hey, Taco, don't start being an ass, okay? Taco, stop. Stop it. It's time to go. He ready to eat. Okay. I know. Oh, boom. Girl, I forgot. Um, he had me cracking up last week. I said, get down. That fool said, oh, man. I said, get down. That fool said. Okay, here we go. Paste. Okay, I put the link there. And maybe if you're still going to be up tonight, well, you too grown for me because I don't know nothing about staying up that late. But watch that movie. It's good. That's how they eat, but they that's what I heard too through the acupuncture needles. Because I heard it out of Suge's own mouth. He out of his own mouth. He said you could just boop or some shit like that. Well, anyway, you know they love to experiment on us, and then like how he died just so quick, like it's a lot with that. It's a lot with that. But well, thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope y'all slide through tomorrow so we can have us a funky good time, okay? And yeah, we'll be reading the medical apartheid. I'll do my best to start early, but I got this garden. But if it rains, I ain't gotta worry about it. And I'll do a garden video sometime this week. No girls came out. Oh right. Oh, about and they didn't have anything. So how you having sex with mad girls raw and no contraction nowhere? And what about his wife? I know they weren't using no rubbers. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good night. Thanks for sliding through. I'm going to try to figure out how to do a damn giveaway because I feel like that'll boost us up. And so yeah, so I hope I see y'all tomorrow. Peace, love, and hair grease and all that jazz. I'm out this bitch, man. Good night. I done watched